Well, as we all know, summer months can bring some severe weather across Georgia.
Recently, I had a chance to visit with some folks that make their living forecasting the weather. We all know summertime brings family vacations, hot weather, and severe thunderstorms. And in Georgia, those thunderstorms can lead to tornadoes. One Georgia meteorologist, David Ernst, warns farmers and producers that those thunderstorms do more than change your afternoon plans. They can cause a lot of damage.
It's important to know that a severe thunderstorm, the only things that make a storm severe would be it's producing a tornado, there is hail larger than a 1/4 inch in diameter, or it's producing winds in excess of 58 miles an hour. So if one of those three criteria aren't met, even though a thunderstorm may be producing 1,000 lightning strikes every few minutes, it's not technically considered severe. So you can have storms that are by definition not severe, but still very serious to life and property, and that you're looking at a lot of heavy rain with those, very dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning. And I would say the lightning would probably be the biggest concern for those in the agricultural field, because a lot of times you end up, if you're out on a farm, you're likely the tallest object that is around, and lightning is attracted to taller objects because they're closer to the cloud base, and so you'd be just in a greater position to be struck if you're the tallest thing around.
A bolt of lightning can cause injury or death, fire, and destruction of electrical power equipment. Lightning is electricity, and electricity is always looking for the fastest way to reach the earth. Water, metal, trees, or even people can serve as a conductor to provide that path to the ground. Ernst told us, when a thunderstorm threatens, you should get inside.
So if you don't have a basement, the next best thing to do is get on the lowest floor. The winds with any storm like that, again, whether it's a severe storm or a tornado-producing storm, typically are going to get stronger with height. So if you're in a high-rise apartment building or even just on the second or third floor, you're going to be more exposed to those stronger winds than you would be, say, on the ground level. So you want to get to that lowest point in the house. And what I always tell people is you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as you can.
Meteorologists say more and more people that work outdoors now depending on new technology to help them navigate the changing weather.
You know, like you said, we have so much technology, radar, we're able to spot these storms as they start to form. We've got so many advances coming along in computer modeling technology to help you try and narrow down where those storms would be most likely to pop up. But when we get into the event itself, with technology, social media, there's so many ways for you to get that information. A lot of us have a computer in our hands, so you can get that information as often as we can. That it can be frustrating, I would say, at times that people don't necessarily know that kind of weather is expected or coming.
Innovations in the science of forecasting are developing daily, according to Steve Nelson at the National Weather Service office in Peachtree City.
In the next several years, what could be on the horizon is being able to issue warnings for thunderstorms in advance before they even develop. And so we use that technology now to forecast, say, a hurricane days in advance. Even before it forms, we see signs that the atmosphere is putting the ingredients together to develop that hurricane. And that's pretty successful. A storm, however, say a tornado, that happens much, much quicker. It's very complex. The observations we need aren't always there. But we're on the verge of where computer forecasts and the understanding of these types of storms called supercells and tornadoes that come from that are getting better. And to be able to forecast that inside a model, we may be able, instead of waiting for the storm to form and the signs the tornado is developing and issuing a warning, say 10 minutes before it touches down, we may have an ability in the future, say 10 or maybe 15 years from now, to issue a warning hours in advance.
Advances in several areas, including radar, has helped save lives by giving farmers and residents early warnings.
Right, yeah, that would be especially the radar technology. There's been some improvements even recently in the last 2 years, but of course we have a radar system that's very sensitive, it's very state-of-the-art. It uses Doppler technology so that we can see not just the amount of precipitation and what's inside the storm, but the velocity, which way the winds are blowing. And with that, we see signatures of a tornado developing aloft and can issue warnings often before it touches the ground.
David Ernst said even though precautions and suggestions may sound redundant, it is important that people know what to do if caught outside in a storm.
The only thing that is a danger with that particular storm, if doesn't have a severe warning on it for the strong winds, inside the tractor would be just as safe. What will happen, and the same reason why cars are safe during a lightning storm, is that all of the electricity will travel around the metal body of that tractor, assuming it's enclosed. Now, if you're out in the open, then you need to find somewhere safer, and that might just be standing in the open field and crouching down as low as you can. But if you're in an enclosed tractor, something with a metal roof and metal supports coming around it, that will be enough to dissipate the electrical charge around you, funnel it into the ground, and so you would be safe enclosed in that. A lot of people mistakenly think that it's the rubber tires of a car, or in this case a tractor, that would keep you safe, but it's actually the metal body, the structure of the metal around you, that just conducts all the electricity from that lightning bolt around you safely and into the ground. So if you've got an enclosure around you, that will certainly provide you safe cover from lightning.
As always, check your local weather forecast each day and find ways to stay in touch with up-to-the-minute watches and warnings through mobile devices if at all possible. You can also find weather-related tips on our website at gfb.org.